to this video. In this video, I'll continue to look at the June 2017 IT paper 2. In the last video, we're looking in the we're doing the spreadsheet section, and now we start to do video and audio editing. Okay, so step number 2 says TTS has been commissioned to create a short video to promote a forthcoming Protecting Nature conference in London during January 2018. You have been provided with the following files. Okay, so leaves.mp4, flowers, whatever. So let's not waste time reading these files. You can see them. Okay, so you are required to create the video for showing with an aspect ratio. So guys, remember, we need to set the aspect ratio to 16:9, and the resolution of the video should be about 1280 by 720 pixels. Okay, so this we should remember to do. By the time we finish working on our video, we should have these items done. There must be transitions between the video clips, so remember also to put some transitions in the video clips. And the new video must begin with a title clip 4 seconds long. Okay, and the text Protecting Nature displayed for 2 seconds, and the text January 2018 displayed for the remaining 2 seconds. So this is what we are going to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and insert this title clip. Okay, so I'll use Movie Maker as usual, and cancel and go to add, and then tutorial, go to June. Actually I was there. Okay, so June, web files, and then these the files that you will find. So we have actually we're not even inserting a video yet, we're inserting a title. So insert title, and on the title you're going to write the text Protecting Nature. Protecting Nature. So I don't know if it's capital N for nature. Okay, yeah, that's capital N, and this is supposed to run for 4 seconds, and the text is supposed to run for 2 seconds. So the text duration is supposed to be 2 seconds. Okay, so this is 4. It's supposed to be 4 seconds. Okay, so the background is 4 seconds, the text is 2 seconds. So the next one is to insert another text, January 2018. So just copy January 2018, and then it will be displayed also for 2 seconds. So instead of wasting much of time, I'll just copy this and paste it right there, and just drag this there. Okay, so this as well is 2 seconds, so it has the same property as the other one, and paste January. Anyway, couldn't paste because I copied it over January 2018. Okay, so the next thing that we are supposed to do is that set the text to a white 48 sans serif font, and should be at the center of the frames. Okay, so change the text for both this item. Change the text to 48, and mine is already 48. Mine is already 48, but we need to center them. Okay, Protecting Nature, center, Protecting Nature, center over the frame. Okay, so that should be fine. I'll take the case at the end, and then next we need to okay, we can set the screen widescreen 16:9. So let's set under project. So it's already 16:9. That's fine. What happens is that Movie Maker saves the settings of the videos that you've been working on so far. So the last video I was working on, actually, which was the same paper, when I was trying to go through it just to see how much time and familiarize myself with the concepts that have been asked. So you have widescreen, and so it's set already. The next thing that you're supposed to do is, so we are done with this one. I'll just highlight it, and I'll put it in pink. Add the leaves MP4 video clip after the title frames. So insert on home, add video and leaves. Okay, and there you go with the leaves. Then we need to trim the video so that it is 5 seconds long. Okay, so trim the video so that it is 5 seconds long. So duration rather not duration, trim, and then we'll need to specify starting point will be 0 of course, but the end point should be just 5, so that it is 5 seconds, and say save trim, and that should be it. Next, add the caption a chance to hear about how to protect our environment. Copy it, and in the same white 48 serif font and in the center of the frame. So I'll just take my cursor here and insert, go to home, insert caption over this video, and the caption is supposed to be this one. How to do this, it's supposed to be 48, a chance to hear about blah blah blah, and just do that. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so where have I inserted it anyway? Have I inserted it? What? I replaced it on let me just undo this one, guys. I placed it on the wrong video, or wrong thing. So I'm going to insert it right after here. And I will put go to home and caption. Why is it not showing down here as text? Somebody's now thinking, where is it supposed to be? Okay, so I'll just do this. Just do this. Undo. Let me just do this. Yeah, now there you go. It was actually starting on over the other video, so that's probably why it was doing that. So I'll now need to copy this text, copy it and paste it inside here, and format it as 48. Okay, and put it just there. So now I need to put it where it's supposed to start. So it's supposed to start 48 sans telephone center line. So all these are done. Add the frame. So this one they have not specified for how long it should stay, the text, for how long it should be on the video. So what I'll do, I'll just drag it right at the start of here. Okay, right at the start. So, and I'll make it run for the duration of that. But anyway, duration, so it's supposed to be from 4 to 5, which will be text duration, which will be 5 seconds, so that it runs that. Now we haven't been told this, but I will just put it at 5 seconds. If there is need to change, I'll change it. So add the flowers. Add the flowers MP4 clip after the leaves clip. So at the end of this, I'll drag it and put it there and insert another clip, which is supposed to be flowers. Okay, and after that, we need to go and, let's see, trim the flower script so that it is 7 seconds long with a caption "An international conference noted." Okay, so here I'll just copy this and then I'll make it 7 seconds long. So double click on it and go to trim, and then it should be start point, end point. So now I don't know if this is 7 seconds. Okay, so where does it start from? Where does it start from? Okay, where does it start from? So now we need to find the starting point for this clip. Okay, so let me just find first of all the ending point for this one. This is 4 seconds and this is 5 seconds. So the starting point will be 9 seconds for this one, and then the end point will be 7 seconds later, which is about 16. So there will be some mathematics to do. So let's go ahead and trim it. So the starting point should be 9 seconds. Let's see, 9 seconds. And the ending point should be 16. 9 seconds. No, that shouldn't be the ending. The starting point should be the ending point should be 7 seconds, and the starting point should be 0, 0, 0. Yeah, like that. That's what it should be. 7 seconds in here, and trim it. Yeah, now it should be 7 seconds here. 7 seconds like that. Okay, and then trim it. So that should be 7 seconds. So it's supposed to be 4 plus 5, which is 9 plus 7, which is 16. And so you should see about 16 seconds overall for the video. Okay, so then we are going to insert a caption for it, and the caption is supposed to be the text inside there, and notice that it's supposed to be 48 points as well and center aligned. So I'll make it 48 as well, just 48, and supposed to be center aligned. So an international conference, and I'll put it there. Okay, so is it supposed to be white? Okay, it's supposed to be white as well. So this is done as well, and we can put it maybe in pink. Add the bee video clip after the flowers clip. So we add the bee. So take this at the end, is the text supposed to play for some time? No. So the bee is supposed to be inserted at the end like that, and then we're told to so let's see, we're told in the question paper to trim the bee clip to end after the bee leaves the frame. So we need to play it and find out at what point is in the frame. So this is the bee here, and at bingo, it leaves the frame there. So stop it and let's find out at what point it leaves the frame. So there you go, and it is just about to leave the frame. So the next frame, it will be out. So okay, so it's out, and I'll trim the video from here. So edit and trim or split the video, and then delete this last part. This is where the bee is, and this is where the bee has left. So delete this last part. So it says trim the tree to end after the bee leaves the frame. Add the clip, the caption London to appear after 1 second. Okay, so we're going to add caption here. So this was 4 plus 5, 9 plus this is 16. So the caption should start, we should add the caption, and the caption should start at 17, 1 second later on. It should start at 17. What was that? Let me just undo this one. Insert caption and double click there. The caption should start time should be 17:00, and the duration is supposed to be 3 seconds. So duration is supposed to be 3 seconds. Okay, so that's fine. Duration 3 seconds, and also add the caption. Okay, so the caption name is supposed to be London, so we can change this to London. This one, put text London. Okay, London, and then it should be 48 points. The text must be in black and should be 48 points. So put it black and 48. And where is it supposed to be positioned? the caption might be center aligned at the bottom of the frame. So the bottom of the frame is here and it's center aligned already. So that's that's fine. So the next one that we need to do maybe is this one. It says add the caption January 2018 to show after for the remainder of the clip. So the other caption is January 2018 and it should show for the remainder of the clip. So we have, if we have starting at 17 and its duration is 3, so it means at 20 we should have a starting point. At 20 we should have a starting point. So this is 19, 20 is here. We should have we should add a caption. So where's the new caption now? Undo. Did I add the new caption? Now you may find you placed it over somewhere else. Okay, undo this one. Okay, so let me just take it here until it is 20. Okay, at 20 we should have a new caption here. Okay, so the problem is that the new caption is long, so I'll copy this one and paste it there, and then I'll drag it just there. Okay, so the start time should be 20.00, and so that should be the start time for the text, and the duration is supposed to be 3 seconds. So now the caption is supposed to change. It's supposed to show January 2018. Okay, January 2018, and it should be at the bottom just like the other one, but it should be centered. Okay, so that's it. So we are done with this one. Do that. Save or export the movie as natureconference.mp4. So save, recommended settings, but again here you have to be very careful because this is where now you need to change the definition for your movie so that it is going to be a 1082 by 720 pixels. Okay, so go to this save movie and look at for one with the dimensions like this one, and the dimension is supposed to be what? Okay, so this is 1280 by 720 pixels. So this is fine. I'll get this one, and I'll name this one as what? Natureconference.mp4. So nature is there capital between conference and okay, so nature conference, and then it's mp4, so I don't even need to put the extension there. So put it there, and there you go, it uploads. Okay, so you can go ahead and play it, but we can't play it now. And I've forgotten to add one thing. We need to add transitions. We're told to add transitions between all the video clips. Okay, so there must be transition between the clips. So transition here, go to animation and just put in transition. Go to animation, put in transition. But your transition should not be that bad that okay, so that looks good. Okay, so all the transitions are there. Then you can go ahead and export it. So I'll export it one more time using this one, the recent setting, and I'll just override the one that is there and say yes. Okay. So that should be done. The next part, you can play it if you want to see how it comes up. Okay. It has no sound whatsoever, but it comes out very neat, very nice, HD. Okay, so we wait for the beat to fly away, bingo, and the movie should end. Okay, so the next part of this is actually the audio section. And let me see how much time I've used so that I see whether I can continue in this one. This is 19 minutes. Let me just wind up after I do this one. Okay. So you are required to add a soundtrack to the movie. Open the file countryside.mp3 in an audio editing application. So I use Audacity for that. Okay, so you have the application here, and convert the sound file to, so we need to open this sound file actually. So go to the files and get this one, drag it and drop it actually here. And so we need to convert it into monophonic. Monophonic means you have only one channel. Currently you have got channels like stereo where you can have left, right, and you can have two music files and stuff like that. So you have got this one here and the one at the bottom. So we need to convert these files into these tracks rather into monophonic. So go to tracks and mix, then mix stereo down to mono. And when you do that, you see that it is now one file. Okay, good. Next, edit the audio clip so that only the birds song can be heard. So you have to play it so I can hear birds. And then there was a cow in the background. So you guys, you can go ahead and play this one all the way to the end. I do not have the time to wait for it to finish to the end. I played it earlier on when I was working on this paper, and I found that it is only this part that I actually need to trim. Okay, so I'll just cut this part where the cows were actually making noise. Okay, so just this part. Anyway, that's fine. And I'll delete this part. Okay, so just okay, so stop this, stop it, and delete that part. Okay, so what I want to do now is to go back to the question paper, amplify the sound to the maximum volume without clipping. Okay, so actually clipping kind of it makes the file like what happens, each amplifier sort of has got the maximum sound it can accommodate, something like that. So when you clip, you say, well, you must take note or into consideration the maximum amount of sound that the amplifier can accommodate. So, but in this case, that's not necessary. So that's why we've been told not to worry about clipping. So we need to select Control A and go to tracks, rather effects, and go to amplify. And you need to you don't need to change anything here. If they have been told to allow clipping, then you should have put something here. But now just say amplify, and it will be like that. Okay, so that comes out really loud. Okay, so the next thing that we are supposed to do is to choose an appropriate section and trim the audio to the same duration as the movie created in task 2. Okay, so choose an appropriate section and trim the movie to the same duration as the movie in. So it's your choice what section you are going to choose from here. If you want to choose the first section of the clip, if you want, you can choose the last section, but you choose an appropriate section. Okay. Okay, so I'm just getting the sound and wanting to choose which one will be my appropriate section. Now let's get the sound, rather the length of the movie first of all. So the length of the movie overall is about 1870. Okay, that's the length, 1870. So what you need to do is to get the time 1870 and find 1870 on your thing. So okay, so I'll get from 20. Okay, from 20. Okay, so just stop it. From 20.00. Okay. And so I'll start from 20.00 and I'll get about 18.70. So from 20, so 20 plus 18, that will be 38.7. Should be 38 38.70. So you just simply add that. So this would be stopping point would be 38.70. Okay, so that would be the stopping point. So if I play file from here, okay, so that is that. So I'll get it from 20 from this position all the way to that position. So from 20, and I'll highlight this let's see, where am I now? So it's supposed to be from 20 20 exactly. I need just to get it from 20. I can get it from anywhere else, but I need, okay, let me get it from here. Okay, which is 20 point, just get a good number that I can add the values that I have. So if I get 21, then I'll get let's say, okay, 20.09 plus 18.7. 20.09 plus 18.7. So let me just get it from my calculator. I don't need to do this. You guys, you can do that. Let me say 20. I want a good number that I can add. 20, 28, 19, 20, 34. Okay, let's get from here. That's 1997, 2028. Okay, 20.3 is fine, and I'll add 18.7. We should go to now I need to get the ones outside. So I need to come here. So that is from 20 to 18, so it should be 38. 38.73. Should be 38.73 now. Okay, let me just come back here. Choose an appropriate section and trim the audio to the same as this one. So what I can do is just let me see. I can cut off certain sections. So I can cut off this one, and that the movie is supposed to remain 18. Okay, so I can cut off this other one as well, and then we can end start selection from 1870 to the end and delete this part. Okay, 1870 and delete this part from then can I cut it? Okay, cut it off. So it's 1870 now, and if I go back to the movie, it's also 1870. That's fine. If you come here now, you're told insert the Dove call audio clip in two of the quarters quieter periods of the soundtrack file without extending the length of the clip. So here we're going to bring in another clip, which is the Dove call, and in the quieter thing. Okay, just okay, don't worry about this, it has just enlarged to fit up the place. So you just import audio, and the audio should be in tutorials June rect files, and the Dove call is this one. Okay, so it says when importing and compressed audio files, you can either copy them into the project or read them directly from their current location. without copying. So I want to copy it, make a copy before editing. So so make a copy, and this is the copy of this one. So I've been told to place this. Notice that this one is actually the size is about 1.62 seconds. So when we insert this one into maintain the size that we have, okay, it can maintain, or it should maintain, whichever. Okay, so the quiet places of the clip are these ones here. Okay, so you need to insert it into two quiet clip in two of the quieter periods of the soundtrack. Okay, so two of the quieter periods in my case would be this one. This place here is quiet, and this place here is quiet. So let me find out what so what I would do is just get this and copy. Don't know, do I need to copy it? I need to split this first of all. Let me see. Let me just cut. This is the size is supposed to be 0.162. So I'll cut something like this is 1 second. Okay, so 1 second, maybe somewhere there. This is yeah, somewhere there maybe. And delete this or cut it, whichever. And I'll put this one, copy it, and paste it here. Okay, then I'll find some other spot which is also quiet, maybe somewhere here. I'll get it, maybe cut it as well, and paste, cut it and copy this one and paste it on some point that is quiet. Okay, so now the video is about how long? So I don't need this one now. I'll remove it, and I don't need this channel. I'll remove it so that I just have one. So the video now is what length? So I need to check that the length of the video fits that one in the thing. So it's 76. So I need to trim off some parts. So a starting point 18.70, and the latter part there, just delete it, cut it from there. So this is exactly 18.7, just like the other one, 18.7. Okay, so it says insert extending without extending the length of the clip. So we have not extended the length of the clip. Export the audio as soundtrack 128 MP3 at 128 kilobits per second. So I'm going to do just that. Okay, to insert that. Okay, so I'll go to this one and go to file, and then export as MP3, and then you need by default it will be on preset. So you need to go to constant, and then select the quality here and make it 128. And then the name, you go to the worked files. In the worked files for this is June. No, where am I? Here. June worked files, and it's supposed to be the name is supposed to be soundtrack.mp3. So it's soundtrack. Soundtrack. Do I have capital T on track? No, just soundtrack 128. Soundtrack 128. And notice that it's 128 the quality here, and export it and say okay. The next thing that you're supposed to do is to let's see, go to add the soundtrack to the movie and resave the movie. So here we're going to add, go to home and add music, and then we'll go to this one and save it there, and notice that it fits just perfectly fine. So the next thing, play it if you want. Okay, that comes out good. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do now is to let's see where we here. We've exported like that. Then we need to open this file, wave.co. So now I don't need this one. So I can have closed it already. So I can get now the Dove core, which is this one. Just drag it and drop it here, and just get a copy of it. That's fine. And export the audio as Dove core 128 at 128. That. So export it at 128. So at 128, just call it Dove 128. Okay, at 128, like that. Export it. I don't know why it's not saving. Okay, let me just cancel it and do this. Then go to file, import, and should be Dove core. Make a copy, and then go to file again, export as MP3, and call it 128. It should be at 128 kilobits. Okay, and say okay, and say okay. So this one is done. I'm going to close it and export the other one as well. Export the audio as this one. So you can either export this same one, but I don't want to export it this way, but you can go ahead and export it again as MP3, but this time you're exporting it at 256 kilobits. So you call it 256. Okay, but myself, I don't want to export it this way. I want to delete this and get the original one, because I don't trust some of these application softwares. Okay, get the original, make a copy of it, and go and export it. Now this time you export it at 256, so you just put 256. That's not whether it's MP3, it's MP3, so just as it is, and say this one, and say okay. So that is done. Now in your evidence document, answer the questions. Okay, so let's go to the evidence document. Enter the size of the Dove core 128 MP3. So we go to file, so Dove core 128, the size that we have for Dove core 128, this one, as you can see, the size is 27 kilobytes. So I'll type in the size for this one as 27 KB. Okay, and then for the other one, enter the size of the Dove core 256. So Dove core 256, we'll go to the file. Dove core 256 is 54. So I'll come here and put here, and I'll put 54 KB. And then the last one, enter the size of the Dove core wave. So Dove core wave is this one. Okay, although it's showing that it is VLC, but inside the brackets you see that it's wave. Okay, so it's 144. So I'll put 140 rather KB. Okay, and then they say explain the difference in these file sizes. Okay, so we'll start with the one that is 128. So the file was compressed using lossy compression, okay, at a bit rate of 128 KB. Let's say 128 kilobits per second. Okay, something like that. Okay. So the other one, which file is this now? Let's call them by the name. So let's say this is the Dove core 128.mp3. Okay, and then the other one, the Dove core 256.mp3 was compressed with the bitrate 256 kbps, making it hold more data, hence the slightly larger file size. Okay, and then the last one is the Dovecot, which is dovecot.wav. The one that we had is the original file. Okay, which has all the data unchanged, hence its larger file size compared to the other two. Okay, give an advantage of each of these two methods. So the first one, for the first one, the advantage is that the .mp3 files are smaller in file size, making them downloadable or shareable. Let's say shareable with shareable where? Online, eh? Let's just say shareable easily, maybe, yeah. Okay, and the last one is supposed to be the WAV. So .wav, these, despite being larger files, they retain the quality of the data as they so they retain the quality of the data. Okay, and you can easily convert them to other formats. Okay, so the challenge would be that you cannot convert an MP3 back to WAV. You've lost the data permanently. That's why it uses lossy compression. Okay, so that would be the end. Okay, I suppose. Okay, so thank you so much. So this marks the end of June 2017 information technology paper 2. And thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in future videos.